Xbox One X, no video output. We are hooked up at the moment and powered on. I already checked out the HDMI port. It seems fine. So I'm thinking probably going to be something either in between the HDMI port and the retimer, or the retimer. But we will definitely check the drive and stuff first and go from there. Okay, as we can see, the drive seems to be not so good. So this will probably end up being our no video problem. Let's do a quick test. Well, it could be our no video problem, not necessarily guaranteed. Okay, successfully completed. It is 29% health, but it is acceptable. Not great. At this point, I actually don't think this is the cause of our no video. So I'm going to go ahead and troubleshoot no video. If we end up still having no video, then we'll know. But I suspect we're still having a retimer problem. I'm going to let them know that the drive is at low health, and the customer, their customer, can figure that out from there. But we're going to go ahead and troubleshoot no video and go from there. Okay, we've removed the board. We're ready to perform some testing. Make sure I have the meter connected. And let's do some measuring. First thing I want to do is make sure we have no source to ground that we should not have. These middle ones are ground. Uh-oh, I am on the wrong thing. Try it again. Those middle ones are ground. Ground. Okay, let's check the one. Make sure we have everything straight through that we should. I'm on the wrong scene, aren't I? I sure am. At least you can kind of see what I was doing. Kinda, sorta. Now we're going to check through. I like to do this as due diligence, even though I'm pretty certain we're going to have a retimer problem. Okay. Okay. And we'll check the retimer anyway, but it rarely ever presents as a short on the retimer. Okay. Now let's look around this, also look around this other BJ. We can occasionally have problems with that. Driver, I believe it is. I really just want to make sure we don't have shorts to ground on the filters. And we do not. Okay. So we're going to attempt to do a retimer. I don't believe the drive, even in its condition, is causing the problem. That's the reason why we're going to attempt the driver. TVP 158 if you're wondering what the part number is. Okay, try and get you in view and see if I can see afterwards. As long as I can see what I'm doing, we're good. Okay. For the moment, let me throw up the temps while I turn my equipment back on. I think I'm also going to be using my big iron, and I need to change tips on it. Don't expect I'll be using the micro pencil, but it could happen. Okay, I'm reasonably satisfied that was a good placement. I'm going to clean it up off screen here, and then we'll put it back together enough for a test and go from there. Okay, we're hooked up. I'm hook up power, and let's see how we did. The power button. And see if we get any video. If we don't, then I'm going to probably be suspecting the drive is causing us a problem. I would have expected video at this point. Just double check our connections. Yep, still no video. So I think the drive is actually causing our problem on this one. That is not terribly exciting for me. So good to note. If HDD Sentinel says that something is acceptable, it's probably going to be causing a problem at that 29% health range, because we're definitely not getting video out. Yeah, I'm straight getting nothing. That is unfortunate. Okay, so it's definitely a bad hard drive problem. That's where I have to suspect it there, and that's where I have to stop, unfortunately. Okay, well, we took the Xbox back to the shop, and they tried another drive, and we are still getting no video. So it looks like we have a bit of an interesting case here. So let's go over what possibilities are. It could be a possibility with a port that we're just not seeing. So I think the first thing we'll probably end up doing is drag out the breakout board and kind of just go pin by pin and figure out what's going on. See if we're getting continuity through everything. We could have a dud retimer, so we can try another retimer. or it could be that little BGA driver chip. That's kind of where I'm leaning towards at the moment. Well, I'm not. Those are the things I'm leaning towards at the moment. So we're gonna disassemble, and we're going to see if we can figure out why we still have no video. Okay, let's give our port another good inspection. And there really doesn't seem to be anything wrong with this port. I can go pin by pin and check, just to be thorough. Make sure we're not lacking any connections. Well, everything seems okay. But we're going to be even more thorough. We're going to use our little breakout board and make sure everything is making connection that should be. Not sure if you're really going to be able to follow along too well, because I'm probably going to have to look at the pins. Let's make sure it's actually plugged in here. There we go. Maybe having an intermittent connection problem. Okay, seems to be going in that series. Okay. Okay, everything seems good on that side. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. See, we were at, what, 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Correct. Now 11. Alright, let's figure out which direction that's going that way. Alright. And the one was 20. That's ground. Okay. Alright. I think that pretty well confirms we're getting pin continuity through every one of those. Now, I'd have to go like pin to pin to figure out if we're getting continuity through everything, but don't think that's necessary. We have tested before. We'll retest again that we're getting throughput through to the retimer. We'll double check our soldering on the retimer too. Even experienced people can do something stupid. Okay, we are getting through on the filters. Check these other pins. Check the ones we can check anyway. Okay. That's a ground, isn't it? No. Alright. Alright, I'm pretty well convinced that it is not our port. It looks physically sound, it tests physically sound. So let's look at our soldering on this retimer. It's a little off, but it's still making connections, so that should not have been a problem. Yeah, it could be a dud. That's entirely possible. Let's look at this. When did that happen? I don't remember scraping anything by the retimer. Let's check and make sure those lines are still making connection. I don't remember gouging anything like that. Alright, let's check that. Okay, well, everything's making connection, so now we're down to two things, I think. I'll check everything around it, but I'm pretty sure we do not have other problems. Are you a capacitor or are you a filter? I think that's a filter, but I'm not getting a measurement out of it. Let me grab the donor and see if it measures different. I had them give me a donor just in case I need to. Okay, I was measuring that thing right there. Yeah, I'm still getting nothing from it. Okay, seems normal that I'm not. Odd that I'm not, but normal. Okay. Just want to make sure that's not causing our problem. I don't think it is. I was just measuring that, and I wasn't quite sure on that. Okay. I'm looking over here because this could be another area of concern. Alright, I think what we'll try to do, just as a first step, seeing how it's not the drive, we're pretty certain at this point. They tried a new drive, it still wouldn't display. We're going to try another retimer. Maybe we just got a dud. Alright, I think I've already showed the temps on this video, so I'm not going to worry about that. Same temps as before. It just slid into place. You know what? Let's clean it up and give it one more try just to be sure. It could have been something wrong with that placement. We'll clean it up and be right back. Okay. Testing again, and we're still getting no video. It's been on for a minute or so. So we definitely still have a problem. So what we're going to do is we'll pull it back apart. We only put it together enough to test anyway. We'll pull it back apart and pull that retimer and try another one. And after that, we will know, I think fairly definitively, if we have some other problem like that little BGA driver. Alright. Okay, we're set up to take this one off again. Alright. I will clean it up and then set it up for a test again, and we'll be back again. Okay, so we are now getting video. So it looks like we just had a dud retimer. And that was the problem. Cool. Well, it looks like replacing the retimer again solved the issue. So that was a dud retimer. We will just toss that in the dud pile. Once we find it again, we'll toss it back in the dud pile. Anyway, that's really all I have for you then. If you have any question about the equipment I use in this video, it's all linked down in the description below. If you like this type of content, why don't you hit the subscribe button and maybe the notification bell, and you'll be able to see it anytime I post content. I post about 2 videos a week. So, and if you like the video, hit like, and that's really all I had to ask of you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.